How Nvidia quietly monopolized the future. In 2023, the world became obsessed with ChatGPT. Suddenly, artificial intelligence was everywhere. Students used it, governments feared it, entire industries started panicking. But while the world focused on OpenAI, another company quietly became more powerful than nearly every AI company combined. Not Google, not Microsoft, not Amazon, it's Nvidia. A company once known for gaming graphics cards somehow became the foundation underneath modern artificial intelligence. And here's the disturbing part. Every major AI player, OpenAI, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Anthropic, started depending on Nvidia at the exact same time. One supplier, one choke point, one battlefield. In The Art of War, Sun Tzu wrote, "The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting." Nvidia never fought Silicon Valley directly. It positioned itself underneath Silicon Valley. And by the time the AI boom exploded, the battlefield already belonged to Nvidia. For years, Nvidia looked like a normal hardware company. People bought its GPUs to play games, render videos, mine crypto. That was the visible business. Behind the scenes, Nvidia was preparing for something much larger. While Silicon Valley chased apps, social media, and advertising dominance, Nvidia focused on raw computation itself. That decision quietly changed the future of AI. Back in 2006, Nvidia launched CUDA. At first, almost nobody cared. It sounded technical, boring, invisible. But CUDA slowly became one of the most important software ecosystems in modern computing. Developers learned CUDA, researchers optimized for CUDA, universities trained students on CUDA. By the time ChatGPT arrived, CUDA had nearly 2 decades of momentum behind it, and that created a massive strategic advantage. Most people think Nvidia won because it built the best chips. That's only part of the story. The real advantage was dependency. Nvidia didn't just build products, it built the roads the AI industry now drives on. And once everyone depends on your infrastructure, competition starts becoming optional. At the time, almost nobody viewed AI as the future of civilization. Yet Nvidia kept investing anyway. By 2024, that quiet decision helped transform Nvidia into one of the most valuable companies in human history. Not through social media, not through smartphones, through infrastructure. Then ChatGPT arrived, and suddenly the entire technology industry entered panic mode. OpenAI needed massive compute. Microsoft needed massive compute. Meta needed massive compute. Everyone needed GPUs immediately, and not just a few. Training advanced AI models reportedly required tens of thousands of Nvidia GPUs operating simultaneously. At the same time, Meta announced plans involving hundreds of thousands of AI accelerators. Elon Musk's xAI started assembling one of the largest GPU clusters on Earth. Demand exploded faster than supply could respond. Some companies waited months for shipments. At certain points, Nvidia's H100 chips reportedly sold for over $40,000 on secondary markets. Think about how insane that is. A single GPU costing more than many people's annual salary. Some startups discovered a brutal reality. Their AI ambitions were limited less by talent and more by access to Nvidia hardware. Others raised funding rounds mainly to secure compute access. Not customers, not product development, not distribution, but compute. Imagine being Mark Zuckerberg. You control platforms used by billions of people. You employ some of the best engineers on Earth. Your company is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Yet there was one thing Meta still couldn't manufacture fast enough: AI compute. The same problem hit Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, even Google. For the first time in decades, Silicon Valley's largest companies found themselves competing for the same scarce resource. And the supplier wasn't any of them. It was Nvidia. Then Wall Street realized what was happening. Nvidia wasn't simply participating in the AI boom. It was sitting underneath the entire boom itself. At one point, Nvidia controlled roughly 80 to 90% of the AI GPU market. Its data center revenue exploded from around $15 billion to well over $100 billion within just a few years. Its market value surged into the trillions. In less than 2 years, Nvidia added more market value than many Fortune 500 companies are worth combined. Meanwhile, the AI arms race kept accelerating. Microsoft invested over $13 billion into OpenAI. Amazon poured billions into Anthropic. Meta committed massive spending toward AI infrastructure, and a significant portion of that money flowed toward the same destination, Nvidia. This is where the story becomes fascinating. Nvidia didn't actually need to win the AI race. OpenAI could win. Google could win. Anthropic could win. Meta could win. Nvidia still profits. That's not a normal competitive position. That's infrastructure dominance. The company became something far more powerful than a participant. It became the tax collector of the AI era. Every major AI company now pays Nvidia simply to stay in the race. In The Art of War, Sun Tzu wrote, "He who occupies the battlefield first and awaits his enemy is at ease." Nvidia occupied the battlefield years before most companies even realized a war was coming. The deeper AI spreads into society, the more dangerous this dependency becomes. Healthcare, finance, defense, scientific research, education, robotics, modern civilization is beginning to run on AI infrastructure. And much of that infrastructure still points back to Nvidia. That reality terrifies Silicon Valley, which explains why nearly every tech giant is now trying to escape. Google built TPUs, Amazon built Trainium, Microsoft developed Maya, Tesla invested heavily into Dojo. Meta started building custom AI hardware. This isn't just innovation, it's survival. History teaches the same lesson over and over. No empire wants another empire controlling its supply lines. Most people still ask, which AI company will win? OpenAI? Google? Anthropic? Meta? That may be the wrong question entirely. For decades, the largest technology companies competed to control information. Google controlled search. Meta controlled attention. Amazon controlled commerce. Microsoft controlled productivity. But AI may create a completely different hierarchy. The most powerful company may not be the one with the smartest AI model. It may be the company every AI model depends on. And that's what makes Nvidia different. The company isn't simply competing inside the AI race. It's quietly collecting a toll from everyone running it. If intelligence becomes infrastructure, then compute becomes the new oil. And whoever controls that supply gains extraordinary influence over the future itself. Nvidia understood that before almost everyone else. And by the time the world noticed, its position was already secure. If this story surprised you, that's exactly the point. The most important battles in business are usually invisible until they're already over. Subscribe to the Prime Tactic, where we don't just follow the headlines, we map the battlefield underneath them.